trying something new. I set off without having any hotels booked, and I have no sleeping kit or tenting kit, so I can't even do that. And as a planner, not having anything booked normally gives me some anxiety. So you could say I have reservations about not having any reservations. Welcome to a very impromptu trip. It is probably about 20 minutes after 8. I got up late this morning. I decided to bump up my trip by a day because weather was coming in on my last day. Instead of riding in the rain, I chose to take off a day early. It's a little chilly on these November mornings in Georgia. It warms up. Today it's gonna go up to 63 or 64. All right, 1 hour checkpoint, everybody. I got 14.1 miles on the odometer. I am feeling good. Legs feel pretty good. I'm ready to continue on. I guess I got about another 65 miles-ish until I hit the hotel tonight. So let's get rolling on the rest of the ride. Well, made it here to the Chattahoochee, 16.8 miles. I'm gonna strip off the layer of the fleece and then put the windbreaker back on. It's getting a little bit warmer. Temperatures are now 54 in Roswell. Off to my left is the Roswell River Walk. It's a good route. It's nice, carless. Gives you a good view of the bend in the Chattahoochee River. But the river walk's made up of Trek sports. So this morning, the morning dew's still burning off, and it's going to be slipperier than being on the roads. I love the way they've marked these roads with the rider leaned back like he's on a cruise, or like, I'm just chilling, man. 2 hour check-in point. I made a quick stop here. Got about 27 miles on the bike so far. Took a break, had a blueberry almond Cliff Bar. I needed some fuel in because the small blueberry muffin I had this morning just wasn't enough fuel. Well, there might be traffic, but it's well used. See, you've got a little waterfall, bridge going over the gorge. Not a bad view, honestly. I think the Silver Comet connector is about 5 miles before it links up with the Silver Comet proper. Three-hour checkpoint, everybody. I've got 38.5 miles done. That last section of Vinings was like this, so that really slowed me down. I expected to maybe be a little bit over halfway. Well, 40 miles is halfway, so just about halfway. Four-hour mark. Check-in. 53 miles exactly completed. I'm getting a little snack here. My legs are getting tired. I got about 27 more miles to go. It's a gentle grade, but it takes some effort to get through. changing. Temperature is 65 degrees. I'm just cruising along. 5-hour checkpoint, everybody. I've got 67.15 on the odometer, which means about another 12 or 13, and right on schedule. About 68 miles. Big brushy tunnel. It's big and it's brushy. It's actually warmer in here than the surrounding air. Just enjoying a view of Ma White's bottom land. Oh, there it is. There's the park I'm thinking of. I've had many a snack in that park, riding out here on a day ride. I'll take advantage of the AutoZone parking lot. Making my way through to the hotel. That's a big bump. That was a mistake, going through that parking lot. Alright, arrival. 77 miles, 5 hours, 41 minutes. That was a heck of a day. Glad I'm in. It is 20 of 4. Looks like I burned 2,500 calories exactly. Hey everybody, welcome to day 2. It is about 10 of 7 in the morning. Looks like daylight is just starting to break now that we have daylight savings time. I'm going to pack up my stuff and show you where I'm packing everything for this lightweight trip, and then we'll get started. So my right pannier takes my iPad. Yes, my iPad. It's completely unnecessary, but it's a convenience I chose to bring. I've got rain pants and my rain jacket go in there. Left pannier takes all of my toiletries. Got my chamois butter, my prescription glasses, all my charging equipment. Last thing to go in is my seat bag. I'm taking a seat bag on this trip. This is the newest of the Ortlieb seat pack bags. Supposedly 13 liter. I'm probably using 8 liters of it. Really not using all of its space, but that's okay. I'm traveling light on this trip. I just have one set of off-bike clothes. There we go, ready to roll. All right, rolling out of the Econo Lodge. Just around 7:15 or so. It was pretty economical, less than $100 last night. And here's the downtown section of Rockmart. Back on the Silver Comet Trail. See on the bridge. That confirms I'm where I need to be. In this section, the Silver Comet detours away from the railroad tracks because the railroad still holds the right of way. They didn't give that up. But it parallels a divided 4-lane here before it dips back down into some rural agricultural areas. See, this section of the trail's got a lot of downed leaves that have been falling throughout November and probably October. Sun's coming up to warm the day. Well, that is Camp Comet back there. It's a campground for Silver Comet riders. It's a great resource. I've stayed there once, at least once, when I was riding from Atlanta to Chattanooga. is a short, steep climb. 15% in climbing. I'm gonna walk this one. No harm in that. Saving the muscles for later on during the day. I got about 46, 47 remaining. All right. 5.2 to Cedartown and 15.4 to the Alabama state line. 1 hour checkpoint, everybody. 11.1 miles. It's the hilly part of the trip. Some longhorn cattle. Awesome. Walk bikes next 200 feet. Well, because I'm a good citizen, I shall walk it. Two-hour checkpoint, everybody. 23.3 miles into the ride, so at 55, I'm a little over halfway done. That puts me in about 4 hours for the day. It is 58 degrees. I'm probably about 2 miles away from the state line, Alabama, at which point I'm going to go back in time because I cross over the time zone from Eastern to Central. So here we go. Back in time. So right now it is 2 minutes after 10. Now it is 2 minutes after 9. Back in time, an hour. You know, I'm about a mile, maybe a mile and a half into the Chief Ladiga Trail. And maybe it's just because I've only ridden this one other time before, which was about 6-7 years ago. But right now, this looks a heck of a lot more scenic than what I just came out of. Look at that. That is nice. And actually, I've never ridden it in this direction before. Section along the creek is really nice and smooth. Perfect timing, everybody. 3 hour check-in, 36.6. I just stopped to take off my windbreaker, so as you can see, temperatures get warmer. I'd give you what the temperature is, but I'm out of cell service, so I have no data to go by, only by how I feel, which is kind of how they did it in the old days. I have to say, I'm enjoying the Chief Ladiga Trail in Alabama more than the Silver Comet. I think you've got some really nice views of the countryside and the mountains. Taking a short break, I found an independent coffee shop here in Piedmont. I got an apple fritter, which is more just kind of like a sticky bun thing, but independent, run on coffee and chaos. Crazily enough, I remember that bench from the last time I rode through here. I thought this was really pretty, the trail going right by the creek. Man, I think that's kudzu. And if so, man, what an invasive species. I made it to the Hampton Inn in Jacksonville. They informed me at the desk that they're having some problems with hot water, which means no hot water at all in the hotel. They gave me either 5,000 points or 25% off, so I said count me to 25% off. Now my decision is, do I just do a washcloth shower, or do I just hop in, lather up, and then rinse off with the cold water? It is not quite 6 o'clock. I'm getting my stuff packed up. I've got about 75 miles to go today. It's 46 degrees, and I've got a day ahead of me. That's not a real owl, by the way. We are basically right on the eastern edge of the time zone, which means the sun comes up really early. It was before 6 o'clock this morning. You know, maybe just because the wind has calmed down from yesterday, it feels a bit warmer in the morning than it was yesterday morning. And making a left. When I first passed the state line yesterday and heading into Alabama, it looked kind of rural. So my GPS just showed me the route line and I didn't see any streets around it. And I said, wow, it's really rural. There's no streets around here. And then it was about 4 miles in, I realized that I had not loaded the map for Alabama underneath the GPS. So I had no underlying map. Not throw rocks or other things into the lake. Wonder why. This is just a nice, smooth trail here. Pleasant ride, nice and cool. I'm guessing the people that live here don't want visitors. A little over an hour into the ride. Made it to Piedmont, about 14.6 miles. I'm gonna ditch this windbreaker and just go with the fleece because it's getting a little bit warmer. I might actually switch out to the fingerless gloves. Actually, I think I will switch out to the fingerless gloves. And there's Duggar Mountain. Duggar Mountain. Things I forget, like all the mountains that you go through on the way to cross the state line. Trailside snacks. Yeah, I don't know, but in the middle of this rural Alabama, I don't know how much traffic this section of the Chief Ladiga Trail would get, or how much business that little shack would get. If you have a question, can I camp along the trail? Look around. If you're stealth camping, wild camping, there are ample opportunities once you've crossed over into Alabama. You're going through, I think it's the Coyote State Forest. Back on the Silver Comet. Bam! About 2 hours and 10 minutes into the ride. I've completed 28.7, just about 29. I've got 48 and a half to go until my hotel. So it's 10 o'clock in the morning. I lost that hour coming back. Normally it would be like 9 o'clock, I guess. Hey everybody, 2 hour, 53 minute check-in. I'm about just around halfway, about 38 done, 37 to go at the Cedartown Depot. All right, a little bit of mileage update. Got about almost 11 into Rockmart, 25 to the Pumpkinville Creek Trestle, and 33.7 to Hiram. So I've got about 34 to Hiram to the hotel, so 33.7 is just about right. Well, I think I'm at the peak. Daffy's got it right. Let's go over here across the trail and check out this view. You check out the view. Yeah, definitely at the top. Rolling in the Rockmart, everybody. Boom, boom. Well, they're not ghost bikes, they're skeleton bikes. That's not the Brushy Mountain Tunnel ahead, but a tunnel of trees. That's a pretty neat view here. Well, that is the end of my day. I stopped at Moe's before I got in here to the hotel, but I'm ready to get home now. Came back from Jacksonville, Alabama this morning, 78 miles, 6 hours, 3 minutes. Hey everybody, Paul from the future here. Somehow on day 4, I turned my Insta360 into a time-lapse recorder for the entire day. So it was recording every clip in time-lapse, which means I have no usable footage from that day. Well, I do, but everything's like 1 and 2 seconds long, and it looks like I'm riding at 600 miles an hour. So rather than post any of that, I just want to say I got home safely. It was a fun trip, and I hope you enjoyed the clips that I have from days 1 through 3.